But I'm not a brother no more, man.
Huh?
I'm not a brother no more, bro.
Because of what?
Just because I'm not, bro.
Explain.
I'm not a brother. You said I'm son, a father, a brother. I'm not a brother.
Do you have any siblings?
I love my sister, but I don't think I'm her brother no more.
I just need more closure with, you said you're not a brother.
I think a lot of the stories are becoming out of control and super extreme. Again, you know, you start one way, and then as it builds, there's thousands of people coming in, creating a new narrative. And when you do your research or your due diligence on it, a lot of it doesn't come back.
Brandy just put her brother Ray J on blast. And yes, that Ray J. The self-proclaimed chaos magnet, the man behind One Wish, countless viral reality TV moments, and those unbreakable sunglasses. His name has reappeared in the headlines, not because of music or business moves, but because of his unwavering support for Diddy. And Brandy, his big sister, seems to be hinting that Ray J's loyalty might come with darker undertones. Here's the thing. While much of the industry is sprinting away from Diddy, thanks to lawsuits, federal investigations, and nonstop party rumors, Ray J has been doing the opposite. He's everywhere, defending Diddy on live streams, podcasts, and interviews, pledging allegiance louder than some of Diddy's own proteges. His loyalty is so loud, it almost feels less like friendship and more like strategy. Is this just gratitude toward a mentor? Or is Ray J positioning himself to fill Diddy's shoes if they get snatched away? That's where Brandy steps in. Known as the vocal Bible and respected for her clean, legendary career, Brandy has always been the steady hand guiding her brother. She's the polished, respected sibling, the one who rarely stirs the pot. So when she appears to shade Ray J's closeness to Diddy, people pay attention. Brandy isn't messy. If she's sending signals, it's either to shield Ray J from himself or to keep her own brand far from his choices. Meanwhile, the internet is in overdrive. Clips of Ray J proclaiming Diddy's innocence, bragging about being at those infamous parties, and even calling himself the new Diddy in a sit-down with Mike Tyson are resurfacing non-stop. With federal agents circling and Diddy's reputation tanking, Ray J's declarations feel either like blind devotion or a very bold audition. Now, no one's saying Brandy outright accused her brother of plotting to snatch Diddy's throne in some sinister way. But the whispers online? They're already painting it that way. And once those whispers catch fire, they rarely burn out quietly. Interview. Let's be clear, the real drama isn't happening in boardrooms or courtrooms. It's unfolding on Instagram timelines, Twitter threads, and gossip blogs that never sleep. And at the center, Ray J turning "Dar Free Diddy" into his own personal campaign slogan. Every few days, he's posting clips, dropping sound bites, reminding the world how much Puff has looked out for him, urging folks to pray instead of pile on. Now, loyalty in the entertainment world is rare currency, so on the surface, it makes sense. But the volume? That's what's raising eyebrows. People are like, Ray J, why you louder than everybody else? Why does it sound like you're carrying Puff's cross for him? Meanwhile, Brandy, Miss Composed, Miss Legendary Catalog, the sister who almost never wades into mess, slides in with a little shade. Not a rant. Not a meltdown. Just the kind of carefully placed words that feel less like commentary and more like a warning. Don't confuse loyalty with liability. And because Brandy rarely speaks out when she does, everyone stops to dissect every syllable. The media pounced instantly. Some outlets painted Ray J as the ultimate loyal soldier, standing tall while everyone else cuts ties. Others suggested he's chasing clout, eyeing Diddy's throne while the empire trembles. The messiest corners of the internet stitched his charge-free Puff post with his Kai Cenat interview and crowned him the apprentice trying to replace the boss. Fans are split right down the middle. Half insist he's defending his mentor out of gratitude. The other half are convinced he wants so badly to be the new Diddy that he's willing to dance in the fire. Hovering above it all is Brandy's alleged shade, which people are treating like scripture. Some swear she's finally done cleaning up his messes behind closed doors and decided to let a little truth slip in public. And that's the fuel keeping this tea boiling, because when your own sister seems to hint at ulterior motives, it hits different. And then there's Ray J's history, the backdrop people can't forget. Whenever his name comes up, so does Whitney Houston. In 2012, when Whitney tragically passed, his name was caught in the swirl of whispers. The official story was clear: accidental drowning, compounded by heart issues and substances. But online conspiracy corners latched onto Ray J, questioning his proximity to Whitney's struggles in those final days. Fair or not, that shadow follows him. And Brandy, bonded to Whitney in music and in sisterhood, lived through that heartbreak firsthand. So when she casts doubt on Ray J's loyalty to Diddy, people connect the dots. She's seen this movie before. Let's not forget Ray J's track record of chaos. The infamous tape with Kim Kardashian didn't just make headlines, it helped launch an empire. His VH1 dating show? Mess turned into cult classic. His antics on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood? Iconic chaos. Ray J has always known how to keep his name buzzing, even if it means staying inside the storm. Which brings us back to those notorious Diddy parties. For years, the rumors have been swirling. Exclusive guest lists, late-night debauchery, whispers of excess that go beyond champagne and music. And somehow Ray J's name keeps popping up. Not just as a guest, but as someone who fits comfortably in that world, even now, when most are scrambling to distance themselves. So when you line it all up, the Whitney whispers, the scandal resume, the reality TV mess, the infamous tape, and his front row seat at Diddy's wildest nights, it's not hard to see why Brandy might side-eye this new allegiance. Because Ray J isn't just loyal, he's always right there when the storm breaks. And then he looks dead into the camera and says, "I'm the new Diddy." Not, "I look up to him," not, "he's my mentor," but the new Diddy. And that's when the whispers start sounding less like gossip and more like deja vu, up to Diddy. Not, "I learned so much from him." Nope, the new Diddy. And that's when the internet said, "Oh, this man don't just want to defend Puff. He want to inherit his empire." Now, is that ambition or is it desperation? Is Ray J just chasing a bag, or is he stepping into something darker, something that his sister Brandy is trying to warn him about? Now, if you know your pop culture history, you've seen this movie before. Think about Jermaine Dri trying to play Diddy in Atlanta, or even Solange stepping into her own lane while Beyoncé Brandy has long stood as the icon. The steady hand, the polished figure who never needed chaos to keep her name alive. But every legend has a younger sibling, an understudy, a protege waiting in the wings when the crown starts to slip. And right now, with Diddy buried under the weight of scandal, lawsuits, and investigations threatening his freedom, Ray J is posting like he's ready to suit up. "Pick me, coach, I'm warmed up," his Instagram presence seems to scream. But here's the twist. What if Ray J's energy isn't calculated at all? What if the loud, unwavering loyalty is genuine? This is a man who can be crying on camera one day, cracking jokes the next. Chaos has always been his comfort zone, and sometimes that chaos is just him. Unfiltered, unpredictable, not part of some grand strategy. Still, the whispers don't stop. For years, Ray J's name has been tied, allegedly, to the conversations around Diddy's infamous parties. People question, is he just another guest in the room, or a true participant in the lifestyle? That speculation deepens the narrative. Maybe Ray J doesn't just want to be the new Diddy in business, but in other ways too. Allegations, yes. But in the world of gossip, once the smoke starts, the flames follow fast. And that's why Brandy's alleged shade hits with so much force. In one breath, it reads like she's telling her brother, "You're embarrassing the family with all this loud loyalty." In another, it feels like a quiet warning, insider tea delivered without spilling the whole cup. For the public, it's enough to stir endless interpretation. The bigger picture? This isn't just about Ray J's ambition. It's about the cost of chasing Diddy's legacy. Because history shows us that empire can be both a blessing and a curse. Brandy's subtle commentary only magnifies the stakes. If she truly believes her brother is standing too close to the fire, then the fallout will ripple far beyond hashtags and trending topics. And for Brandy herself, the move only reinforced her reputation. She's weathered her own storms, but always carried herself with grace, never needing mess to move records. So when people thought she might have called out her brother, the reaction wasn't backlash, it was respect. It polished her halo even brighter. In the eyes of the public, Brandy became not just the vocal Bible, but the voice of reason, willing to stand for truth even against family ties. That's legacy-level behavior. For Ray J, though, this moment is a gamble. It could be his boldest flex or his biggest flop. On one hand, attaching himself to Diddy signals power. In an industry where proximity is everything, his new Diddy proclamation during Kai Cenat's stream wasn't random. It was a statement. I'm more than the messy little brother. I'm mogul material. But here's the catch. Diddy's name right now is drenched in lawsuits, raids, and scandal. Aligning with him is like borrowing an umbrella full of holes. You're still getting soaked. The streets don't forget either. They still whisper about Whitney. They still clown him for the infamous tape. They still reduce him to Brandy's brother instead of calling him an icon. If Ray J truly sees this as his mogul moment, he'll have to overcome the fact that, to half the internet, his brand is built on being in the wrong place at the wrong time. And the industry? They're watching closely. Brands, networks, investors, they hate instability. They hate lawsuits. They hate the kind of chaos they can't control. So if Ray J's campaign looks less like loyalty and more like clout chasing for the crown, don't be surprised if the money moves in the opposite direction.